Have you ever heard somebody say, life's not about the destination, it's about the journey? Well, today we are going to be putting that philosophy to the test as we go on a 10-hour journey through New Zealand's Southern Alps. So, let's go!
The TranzAlpine train is a scenic train ride here in New Zealand, offering passengers a breathtaking experience as it traverses the stunning landscapes of the South Island. The train departs from Christchurch on the east coast and travels across the Southern Alps to Greymouth on the west coast. The route covers 223 kilometers and passes through pretty diverse terrain. Now, this has been on our bucket list since we first started planning our move to New Zealand, since this train ride is celebrated for its panoramic windows, making it one of the most scenic train rides in the world. You should see how blue this water is.
We started our journey at home in Queenstown, strapped in our 1996 Land Rover, and cruised 481 kilometers to Christchurch. After a 6-hour drive through the countryside, through Lindy's Pass, and after a short stop at the Clay Cliffs, it looks insane. We woke up at a holiday park in the back of our truck, ready for the day.
We just packed up the car. We have to leave right now, so no time to talk. Stop talking. You, stop talking. Let's go. Okay, hour 1 has commenced. It is 8:11. Actually, we're leaving a bit early. Not the sunniest day yet, so hopefully the sun comes out soon. I'd say there's quite a few people on board right now. A lot of families, a range of different ages, and it's gonna be a fun ride, I think. But we're praying for a little bit of better weather so that we can get really nice views when we go through the Southern Alps. So we just looked up at the screen, it says an audio commentary is available on your headsets. So we got our headsets and we're gonna listen to see what it says, which is really interesting because if it's telling us stuff about the outside and we're already missing it, I mean, we have no time to waste. We're only gonna be on this train all day, but it will be pretty amazing as we pass through more landscapes, so I am glad that we saw that right away. Okay, so we don't have any
volume control channel selector, which I believe is for English or Mandarin. When we woke up, to be honest, the weather was not really on our side, but we started our journey by traveling through the beautiful but cloudy Canterbury Plains.
It's weird because passing through the Canterbury Plains, it feels quite flat. We have learned that we're actually climbing in altitude, 9:02 a.m., and we have climbed about 800 feet above sea level. And it doesn't feel like it at all. It feels so flat right now.
That's crazy.
That's weird, right?
I didn't realize that the open viewing area was going to be this cool. It's like, I don't know, I just want to spend the whole time out here.
Make it shouting because it's pretty loud. It's so cool.
The Canterbury Plains stretch across approximately 4,000 square kilometers. Bordered by the Southern Alps to the west and the Pacific Ocean to the east, these plains not only serve as the agricultural heartland of New Zealand, but they also offer breathtaking scenery. So there is a cafe on board here, and they have a whole bunch of food options, snack options, and a lot of drink options as well.
On the western edge of the Canterbury Plains, the small town of Springfield is the last stop before entering the mountains. And oh my god, the landscape unfolded outside of our window like a living canvas.
This is crazy.
And we were just in awe watching the greenery of the Canterbury Plains gradually give way to the Alps. See how blue this water is. It's crazy. These are some of the craziest views I've ever seen.
I just woke up, and apparently we're about to go through Arthur's Pass. So I definitely want to be awake for this part. Apparently it's absolutely gorgeous. Well, I mean, all of it is, but yeah.
Wait, we have to listen. These are truly literally some of the most beautiful views I have ever seen in my entire life. And it's just constant. And I feel like this is such a unique and cool way to see the country. I feel like we are seeing so much, and it's just beautiful. So we're here at Arthur's Pass and people are getting off the train. We didn't really hear the announcement, so I don't know if they're getting back on. It looks like a lot of people are grabbing their bags and leaving. Apparently at this station you have to watch out for the Kia bird that is apparently very curious about humans, and if you have any food out, they will steal your food. I am not hungry at all, but maybe we'll get hungry soon. I did drink a little bit of coffee, and anyone who follows this channel knows that I should not drink coffee. It just makes me tired and anxious, so I am a bit tired and anxious now. But Arthur's Pass. Guys, I just looked at that shot. Today is not my best hair day. I don't know what to do. Who cares about the hair, right? Today's not about my hair. Today's about the views.
I've got to say, in a moment like this when everyone's off the train and I was going to say with a moment of silence, it's very nice to have a moment to kind of reflect, and I'm very grateful to be in this country. I feel like you get kind of complacent living in one place for a while, but it's very nice to be here and be grateful for the beauty all around you.
The rail operating requirements, all passengers must remain seated. The crew will be available throughout the train if urgent assistance is required.
We're now going through the spookiest part. Ooh. But in all seriousness, we are going through a really long tunnel for like 15 minutes, so everything is shut for the next little bit. Bathrooms are closed and the cafe is closed. I would assume it's probably because it's very shaky or something maybe through here. The Otira Tunnel serves as the gateway between Canterbury and the west coast. The mountains through which the tunnel passes act as a sort of barrier to weather systems. Consequently, the west side experiences generally higher levels of rain, which results in a more vibrant and lush landscape.
It's 11:30. I think my coffee crash is happening right now. I might need a nap. Here's the thing, usually I'm really good at sleeping on trains, planes, and automobiles, and I'm trying to stay awake for this because it's so beautiful, but it's also just so relaxing. We'll see if I can do it. Oh my god, okay, I know. Good morning, hi. I didn't mean to fall asleep. I had a feeling that I might do that. But we're pulling into Greymouth in just a moment, so check this out.
So we have reached our final destination here before we head back to Christchurch. This is the town of Greymouth, which is actually the largest town on the entire west coast of New Zealand, with a population of about 10,000 people, 12,000 if you include the people in the outskirts of the town as well. It contains about 45% of the people who live on the entire west coast of New Zealand, which is pretty crazy. So on the way here, we were in the Scenic class. On the way back, we got the Scenic Plus. So unfortunately for us, there were mechanical issues on the Scenic Plus train. So we are Scenic on the way back, which means that our food and drinks are not included anymore, which is okay. We'll make sure that we grab some food here. Food and drinks are still for purchase on the train, and we will definitely make sure that we take full advantage of that on the way home.
And honestly, Nick and I could stay in Greymouth for a few days. It is just our kind of vibe, but we only had about 1 hour before we hopped back on the train. Okay, so as you can probably imagine, for a small coastal town, there's not many vegan options, and that's okay. Okay, we don't complain here. But it was a little bit hectic because we only had an hour and I was kind of running around trying to find something. There were some places that had vegan options, but then the one place I was gonna go was like across the train tracks. Then there was another place that has like veggie burgers, it's super cute, but there was a long line and everything. So, when in doubt, Subway. On our way back, we are in the Scenic Plus. Like Nick mentioned earlier, we were going, usually with Scenic Plus is included, is meals and some wine pairing and all of that, but unfortunately there's mechanical issues and that is not happening today. So we got our own food, we're still gonna get some wine, and gotta say it's quite bougie up here. Very nice. We have this whole 4-seat to ourselves, and we're gonna enjoy some views on the way back. It is our, I don't know what hour it is now. I have officially decided that I want a pet cow. So we're gonna work on that. Not sure how that's gonna work out with the whole, you know, like traveling thing and not owning a house or property, but there will be nothing in my way to stop me. Right, Henry?
Right.
Embarking on the return train really gives you a different outlook or perspective and a chance to look at sites that were previously overlooked. And even with all of that, sometimes scenery just looks completely different when you're approaching it from a different way. The view is just constantly breathtaking.
I didn't really realize how much it was going to be like home. The landscapes here remind me a lot of my dad, kind of what he grew up with, or at least the stories that he told me and the places that he took me and showed me from his childhood. It seems really similar. So it's, even though I've never been here, it almost feels kind of nostalgic going through. It's very much like home, like a home away from home almost. Just for context, my dad is from Lillooet in BC, which is also a gold rush era town. Incredibly similar landscapes to this. Like I said, weirdly nostalgic even though I've never been here before in my life.
Now it's quite warm. Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. It's truly spectacular every time we walk outside.
Just an hour ago, we were just saying how hot it was. Now it's very gray once again. It's not as cold, but it's very gray. So, I guess this signals the end of our train journey. I don't think that's a Christchurch thing. I think it's just a today thing. I have to be honest, it was a long day, and taking in all this information and all of this beautiful scenery kind of gets you ready for a good night's rest. But this trip will definitely go down as one of the highlights of our New Zealand adventures. And just when you thought the adventure ended, we hit the road and traveled a few hours outside of town, where we found ourselves a farm stay and hung out with animals until the sun went down.
Hi. Guys, this is our last video of 2023. And I just can't believe that we started this year on the beaches of Mexico, and we still had many months to spend there before we drove our van from Mexico back up to Canada, lived van life in Vancouver, saved all of our money, sold our tiny home on wheels, took a quick trip to Europe and traveled through Estonia, and then ventured into the unknown and of course moved here to New Zealand. It has been a wild year and we are planning so much more travel for 2024. You have no idea. We are so excited. But I just want to say thank you so much for being on this nomadic journey that we call our lives. We really do feel you guys with us in every single video. I love reading your comments and connecting with you here and over on Instagram. I am just so grateful for you. I don't want to get emotional, but we're so grateful for you guys. You've changed our lives in so many ways, and yeah, so much fun stuff planned for the new year. I can't wait to see more of this beautiful world. So again, thank you so much, and we will see you in the next video.